Hello everybody, it's me, Lemon, and today we'll be playing Minecraft, and I'm just gonna be like rambling. This is sort of different than some of my other audios, because usually I have like something planned out, but yeah, lots of stuff has been happening lately, and I'm currently sick right now, so there are a few audios that I was planning to record that I can't record right now because my throat hurts. But like also, yeah. So I'll just be playing the game and just sort of talking about it and other stuff too. But yeah, if you notice, I'm playing the Bedrock version, and that's because I just think it's like really convenient how like with the Realm you can just sort of you can like start a world on your PC and then like you can like play it from your phone or your Switch or your Xbox on like the TV and stuff. I think that's pretty cool, and yeah. Although I don't think that sort of stuff should be locked behind realms. I think if it's possible, they should just make it so that you can like access your worlds from anywhere. But yeah, I think it's like a cool little feature. But yeah, so this week, or not just this week, but the last few weeks have been rather weird. So I sort of got like hacked on Discord, and that was stressful because like they used one of my friends' accounts to get to me, and then like I was afraid that they'd use me to get to like other people too. So like yeah, dealing with that was kind of terrible, and like yeah. But like also my mom got sick and I was actually recording something then, but I had to cut it short because I had to watch the kids, and yeah, and now all of a sudden I'm sick, and yesterday that was pretty bad. I couldn't even speak and I was having trouble breathing, but I mean, now I'm feeling much better, even though my voice, it may be, I may sound a little sick still, because I am. But, yeah, it's good that I'm getting better, though. I hope I don't get any worse. But, yeah. So, as you can see, blocks. I sort of love this game. It's my favorite game of all time. Even though I fall off it once in a while, I know I'll always end up coming back to it because, I don't know, it's just so calming and peaceful. And it brings me joy to just be able to like sort of have the freedom to do whatever. In a world where everyone's constantly telling you what to do, that's sort of like the escapism we all need. But like also, I think it's kind of dumb how people will sort of tell other people how exactly to play the game. Like, oh, you need to beat the Ender Dragon. Oh, you need to build an iron farm and stuff like that. I think that's kind of silly because it's just like, I'm just here to have fun. And that's what we're doing today. We're having fun. But yeah, as I said, I love like the sense of freedom you get with this game. You can pretty much do anything or make anything. And yeah, I also mentioned I love the calming vibe. And it's very, very calming. I said calming twice. But like, yeah, And just whenever I play it, it just makes me feel so nice. And that doesn't just extend to the game, but stuff having to do with the game as well. So like, I think years ago, there was this documentary about it, and it gave off that same vibe. And, yeah, it just sort of stuck with me. But, yeah, speaking of the documentary, it came out a long time ago. And back then the game was just starting to get pretty big. But, like, yeah. But, it felt like the community was, like, way smaller, and it was just sort of starting. And then, I just found, like, so much charm in that community. Like, even though I didn't really participate in it much, I wish I could have, but there are other games with those sorts of communities that are smaller. I'm not gonna say them here, because, like, some of them are Minecraft-like, and I could talk about them, but I'd rather not, because, like, I think it's sort of special to discover these sorts of things on your own. And though I may be leading other people to a good thing, that thing may just sort of start getting bigger and bigger, and then, like, it'll lose. I was talking about how the community it used to be so small, but, like, yeah, if I sort of spread it around, it's just gonna get bigger and bigger, and it's gonna, like, sort of lose that charm, you know? But I hope you guys do find some of these games and stuff, because some of them are really cool, and just ass calming, but yeah. So, I just think, like, another thing that I love is, here, I already know the story of how the game was made, but I could just, like, listen to that story again and again, because it sounds sort of like a fairy tale. Just like this one guy and his friends are just, like, making a fun project, and it just, like, people genuinely enjoy it, and it gets big. I think that's just, like, that sort of reflects, like, a fantasy a lot of us have, but, like, it's very unlikely that all of us will, like, sort of be able to live that fantasy. But, like, life is sort of like that, though. But, like, yeah, no matter what your passion is, you should always sort of try to strive towards it, even if it's, like, something ridiculous or, like, something that seems sort of stupid. Because, like, you've only got, like, one life, and you only have, like, a finite amount of time on this planet. And that's sort of what the game itself is about. It's about, like, changing the world around you to make, like, your own ideal world. And just sort of vibing. And that's sort of, that's not how you've got to live your life. I'm not gonna tell anyone how to live their life. But that's how I'm trying to live my life. And so far, I mean, it's kind of scary because, like, I have, like, all these passions and I want to do them. But, like, there's a lot of things that I'm not, like, capable of. So, like, sort of trying to carve my own path. And that's just like really scary, because like you have no idea what the future holds in store. And it could be good and it could be bad, but like every day you're like dealt a set of cards, and you've sort of got to choose how you play those cards in order to live. It's one of my friends told me that, and it's just sort of stuck with me, because like I tend to look too far into the future and get overwhelmed, and so I sort of retreat to the past, where like I don't literally travel through time, but like mentally I sort of like think back to like the time where like things may not have been perfect, but like also they were more familiar than they are now, and then they will be in the future. But like, yeah, the past isn't actually what's comforting itself, though. It's more the idea of the past. When I really stop to think about it, I'm in a better place now than I've ever been. And I know that, like, when I get scared of the future, or like the present, and want to go back to the past, I'm kind of taking that for granted, because it's like, it's not gonna be the present all the time. Well, I mean it is, but like, the present becomes the past, and the future becomes the present. And if you just keep looking back, you're just gonna keep looking back to like different presents, and you'll never like end up. I have no idea where I was going with this, but like, it was probably something profound. I don't know. When I think too much, it ends up hurting my head. But, you know, live your dreams. I know it's like really cheesy and cliche, but like, if you can see it happening and you have the resources to make it happen, you should probably go for it. You know? Reach for the stars. 'Cause, I mean, it's now or never. We're just gonna get older and older, and then there's a point where it gets harder and harder to chase your dreams. Though, I mean, I'm not that wise, so maybe I'll regret that when I'm older, but for now it's pretty much all we can do. And to be honest, I think that if I'm old and I don't chase my dreams, I'm gonna regret not chasing them, because yeah. But like, the finite amount of time we have on this planet is also sort of what makes life so beautiful, you know? You've only got so many hellos to say to the person, the peoples you love. There are only so many goodbyes, so many meals you share with people, or eat alone even. So many songs you can listen to. It's all finite. And that's why, if you want to do something, you should probably do it, because you may not get the chance to. But like, yeah. I am actually working on like so many projects right now, and some of them I do plan on posting to this channel, and I hope you guys will enjoy them, because some of them have like a lot of work and a lot of heart poured into them. I think, I don't know, I'm trying to pour my heart into them, but like, I think that's more for you guys to decide. But yeah, there's like one big animation project that I'm doing right now, and I don't know, it could just end up looking stupid, but I'm just like, I just want to make something fun, you know? I also plan on doing some Let's Plays of some games here, and just, you know, vibing, because that's what we do on this channel. We just vibe. That's how we live our lives. And really, that's sort of all we can do. Just a vibe. That's what life is. We're all just trying to vibe, but sadly, some people like to kill the party, you know? But regardless, all we can do is just keep moving forward no matter what, and doing our best. Because our best is really all we can do. And yeah, I'm getting off topic. We were talking about block game and the stuff I love about it, but like, yeah, I was talking about like that early community and how there was like a small group of people who played it. And back when YouTube was like small, or not small, but smaller, and the wikis and stuff were small and there was less data miners and people were able to post like those Herobrine videos and like make hoaxes and stuff, and those were just like so cool, because like you never knew that if it was like something the dev snuck in or not. But like now it's so easy to just go into the game's files, because like people like just know how to like look through those stuff and tell if like references to the thing are not there. But back then, the thought of encountering something different, the excitement was just something else. When I think of those early days of Minecraft, I think of like sitting like at the table in front of the window and like snow falling outside and just like messing around and playing the game, building stuff. I remember I had like a house in a snow biome and I had a dog. But like, sadly, that world isn't there anymore. And that save isn't there anymore. And I still have the computer, but I reset it. And and the world was deleted like years and years and years ago when I was in like 6th grade. And now I'm sort of supposed to be in college, but I'm basically not, because I've just sort of decided that it may not be for me, because I don't know, I just want to sort of learn things myself and build my life on my own. But I also I feel incapable of like learning through that, and also incapable of holding my job, because like it's really stressful, and I get nightmares about it sometimes, about like being at work and not being good enough and stuff, and just like being under constant pressure. It's just sort of been making me fall apart for a while, which is why I'm technically on leave now, but I may just decide to leave entirely, but I mean, I'm not sure yet. It's like a very big decision. Everything is sort of a big decision, and I'm a very indecisive person, so that's sort of like scary. And other people try to help me make those decisions because my judgment isn't that good, but at the same time, I can't have everyone making decisions for me constantly because, like, this is my life, and I am the one living it, so ultimately it's all up to me, I guess. But, like, yeah. Block game is fun. You place blocks, and, you know, I really love when, like, YouTubers and streamers, they play the game, and I love to see, like, their worlds when, like, they've been playing on it for, like, 10 plus years, and it's there. I really hope that, like, I'm able to make more of these, and we're able to, like, have a world, like, that's so huge, that's, like, lasts long. I think that'd be really pog, because when one thing I really love about the game is that, like, it relies a lot on, like, memories and, like, nostalgia. So you can think of the old days, back to the old days of the game, where, like, you'd log on and play with your friends and stuff, and it was, like, so simple, and the simplicity does have its charm. Sometimes I go back to those old versions of the game and play it, and I'm just hit with the freight train of nostalgia. But, like, when you think of it, 10 years from now, you're probably gonna have nostalgia for, like, things that happen now, because it's just, time is weird, and it's so weird to think about how fast everything changed, and how things are similar but, like, different. So it'd be cool to, like, have a world last that long as a testament to those memories. 'Cause, yeah, memories are something that's, like, really special to me. I think back a lot, and honestly, I really wish that I could go back so often, because it's just really sad how we're all constantly sort of getting older, and we were all kids at some point. Some of us are still kids, and the kids, they turn into adults, and the adults, they turn into old people, and the old people, they turn into dead. Sorry, that's a really morbid thought. I probably shouldn't be talking about it, because this is supposed to be a cozy little playthrough. But, like, yeah, it's so sad to think about mortality, which is why sometimes I try to tell myself that I'm never gonna die. Even though I know I will, just tell yourself that for a second, that you will live forever. That you have all the time in the world. Just, like, if you're scared, it's a comforting thought. And maybe a little unhealthy. I don't really know. But something else that's comforting and probably more healthy is that you're not alone, though. We're all sort of we're all doing this together. We're all progressing together. And yeah, your friends, your family, just, you're not alone. I'm here, and we're here, you know? So, no matter what happens, never forget that everyone, or not everyone, but there are a lot of people who are going through the same thing. Okay? No matter what happens, you are not alone. And while not everyone is exactly the same in what they're going through, I assure you that a lot of the things that people go through, at least individually, are being gone through by someone else. Okay? And no matter what happens, I will always be here to vibe with you guys. Whether it's in a thoroughly planned out and scripted audio, or just something I made on a whim like this, I will always be here to be listened to and just keep you guys company. Okay. I am here with you guys, and even though I can't hear you guys talking right now, you can hear me, and I think that's something really beautiful. How, like, you can, like, reach so many people so easily nowadays by just recording your voice and pressing a button, or a couple of buttons. I think it's really cool how far, like, we can reach. It's just so crazy. And it may be sort of cheesy, but, like, when you think back, like, to, like, before YouTube and before, like, especially before YouTube, but, like, before the internet existed, you actually had to, like, to reach people, you had to, like, actually speak to them, or, like, get outside with, like, a megaphone or something, and, or go on stage. And now it's just like, no matter what, you always sort of have a stage as long as you have, like, a device. And it's something we take for granted really, really often. I don't know if we should be. It's unlikely that this will be taken away from us anytime soon. But, like, you never know what, especially in, like, the world as it is now, really unpredictable things are happening with, like, wars and diseases, and I'm not gonna go into specifics because, like, I don't really know if that'll get me demonetized, but, like, and I'm not really that educated on everything, so I'm probably not someone who's worthy to talk about it. But, like, yeah, just, life is unpredictable, and you shouldn't take anything for granted no matter what, or anyone for that matter. People are very, very special. Everyone is very special. And your friend who you talk to every day just could one day up and disappear. disappear, and it'd be terrible. So tell them you love them now. Okay? Just ask them to hang out while you still can, because one day you may not be able to. And just as life can be terrifying and unpredictable, the same goes for Minecraft, because you never know when a creeper could sneak up on you and kaboom a bunch of your stuff that you built. You never know when someone may just burn down your house, or when you may get knocked into the void and lose all of your items. Or if your computer just one day decides to die and you lose like years and years of progress on a world. That's why you've gotta like make your backups now, you know? And just like sorta, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm pretty dumb, and maybe not everything that I say is helping. And maybe not all of it's entertaining, and some of it may be cringe, but like, yeah, I just like talking to you guys. It makes me happy, just keeping people company and hanging out with them. Even though I'm not that interesting. I'm just a silly little bean who listens to music and plays a block game and cuddles in bed. Wow. But yeah, I'm playing Bedrock right now, and I have no specific favorite version of the game. 'Cause like, all of them are just great in their own way. I think Legacy Console Edition is just an overall solid product. And 3DS Edition, I think it's really cool, the idea of just having the game on your DS and being able to play it in bed. And while there is the Pocket Edition, it's like not the same sort of charm. Though the Pocket Edition, like for mobile, is really good too. And I'm not saying it's bad. Earlier I said I love Bedrock because like you can play on your computer, and then like if you if you don't want to play on your computer, or like if you're somewhere else, you can just pull it out on your phone and play the same world, or you can like play Bedrock on console. I think that's cool, but like Legacy Console and 3DS are also cool versions. As well as I really love the beta versions a lot, though it may be nostalgia. I just think the way the world's generated and the mechanics were more interesting and probably better for survival. Though don't get me wrong, the newer versions of the game are also really good because there's more stuff you can do, and there's just way more quality of life improvements, like shift clicking to move items and stuff. I think it's sort of cool how like there are just all these different versions to play, but like I think I love beta's mechanics more for survival, because like it felt more like a survival game, you know? You shouldn't just go out into the night to fight mobs, because like there's no sprint button and you can't run away. They were actually a force to be reckoned with. Also, in earlier versions, there weren't beds, so you could just skip the night. you had to like live through it and like build enough to be able to thrive during the night and build during the night. And I think that was just so cool. Just that charm it had. And also, as I was saying, there's a lot more to do in the newer versions, but in the older versions of the game, the block palette and stuff was way more limited. So like, basically, I think the more limited block palette actually encouraged creativity a lot more, because like you only had a certain amount of stuff to work with, and that made players think outside the box a bit, and they still do. That's why we see people still using like slabs as chairs and stuff. And that's why I think they probably won't add chairs to the game anytime soon, though if they did it wouldn't be bad per se, but it would sort of take away that thinking outside the box aspect a little more, which in beta versions it was just like, yeah. Also, structures, though more simple, they seem to have I want to say personality, but yeah, I don't know the correct word. I personally got introduced to the game in 2012, and my first version was, I think, 1.2.4 or 1.2.5 either. And I think it was really pog. And I think after version 1.7 is when I fell off, just after horses were added and the world's generation was changed. And basically I felt like they made it a lot less interesting, because it was just like flat everywhere, or that's how it felt. But now with the new Caves and Cliffs update, it's made a little more interesting. Though I think I still miss that old world generation a bit more. This is good enough. But like, yeah. 1.2.5 was really pog, but like, eventually I went back and started playing the betas, and actually that was recently when I started playing the betas. And I think the different mechanics and stuff had like a certain charm to them. I use the charm word way too often, but yeah. Instead of like micromanaging food for like, if your hunger goes down, you had to like smartly keep it in your inventory at the ready, because like instead of the hunger system where you just like regen after a certain amount of time, you couldn't stack food, so you could only have one food item per slot. And basically if you got hit, you eat the food. And yeah, it was easy to like run out, whereas now you can just have like a 64 stack of steak in a slot and just like crunch on it whenever you're low on health. But like back then it was like so easy to run out of food and inventory space, when now it's just sort of a minor inconvenience. Get it? But I was planning on going to see the Batman earlier this month, but like I got sick, so I couldn't, and I probably can in a few days when I'm better. But I've sort of just changed my mind and decided not to, for now at least. And I think I may go and see the Sonic movie next month instead, because I've been looking forward to that, and as a Sonic fan, I've been sort of starved of content for a while. And that's gonna be a nice outing. I could go see both, but also I don't really have a job right now, so I'm not making like a steady income of monies. So I've got to be careful in managing that. So like when I'm playing Minecraft and my brain isn't working, one thing I really love to do is just fish and listen to music. Because, I mean, it's just so calming. And you're barely doing anything, but you're still sort of getting items and food and stuff from it. And it's just so calming to just like sit by the water and like watch the clouds roll by and fish. Even though a lot of people may think it's boring, and maybe it is boring, but it's just really nice that you can just like play the game while not actually playing the game. It's like it feels like you're still doing something even though you're just chilling. And honestly, I love just chilling. It's my favorite thing to do. And sometimes the fact that I chill so much makes me feel a little useless. But even if it may not seem like we're doing much on the surface, we're still living our life, and we're still slowly growing even though we may not see it at first glance. But yeah, that's just life, you know? Living, breathing, just those slower, more calm moments, and the more hectic moments too, but like, I mean, either way, no matter what you're experiencing, life is still life as long as you are experiencing something. And even if you don't feel like you are experiencing anything, you still are. And I think that's just so beautiful. Just how it all works. Even though thinking about it sometimes hurts my head, I tend to think about it a lot. Even though I have a hard time putting those thoughts into words. It's just so complex, even though it may seem so simple. Just, yeah. I'm sorry if I'm not that interesting and I don't have too many interesting things to say. I'm just trying to have fun, you know? And I hope you guys are having fun too, just listening to me ramble. Even though, I may just say things that don't make sense or seem like nonsense. I am very appreciative of you guys for being here. And just, like, bringing me this far, you know? So close to like 500 subs, and I never even thought I'd make it past like 100. But I mean, yeah, I hope I'm able to like continue making content for you guys that you guys can enjoy. 'Cause like, I enjoy making this stuff, and I hope I can make this into like some sort of career. But like, yeah, who knows? I sort of doubt it, but I think you guys are like really, really pog. And I just want to say that I love you guys. But yeah, I'm sorry if this video didn't have like much of a structure or anything, and it was like a weird departure from what you guys are used to from me. But I'm not really feeling too well, so yeah. But if you guys enjoy this sort of gameplay video, just let me know in the comments, and I'll perhaps make more Minecraft videos like this, where I just like talk about stuff. And yeah, I'd really like to build some cool stuff with you guys and just keep this going for like a couple of years, so that we can like really have like something big going on in like the world and stuff, so that like we can really build like a huge iconic sort of world. Like if you've ever watched like any of the huge Minecraft YouTubers like Stampy or Ant Venom, or like, I don't know, Stampy is who comes to mind. When he played like the console edition, and I didn't really watch his videos, but I know he has this like huge world that he's been like playing on for years on the console version, and it was like, I don't know, it just made me feel some feelings just looking at that. Like, it's just so impressive that you were able to make that, man. I'm really looking forward to like the next update and stuff though, because they're adding like fireflies and like the ancient cities underground and like the warden and stuff. I'm a huge fan of like horror and like Minecraft and stuff, and also just atmospheric stuff like fireflies and just overhauling swamps. It just seems like a pog time. But yeah, I think I hear somebody waking up now, so I may wrap it up a little soon. But like, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in and listening to me just talk about random stuff. I'm sorry that this was so awkward, but like, I'll be working on some new stuff for you guys in the coming weeks, and I hope you guys can enjoy what's coming, because I have some pretty cool audios that I may have planned out a little, and like, basically I have concepts for a lot of audios that I want to make that are unique, and I think you guys will enjoy them, because yeah. But anyways, I think I'll be going right now and probably drinking some water, because I'm not feeling too well. My throat has been really itchy this whole time, and my mouth just tastes like sick, and I've been getting like nosebleeds every day, multiple times, and it's been like terrible. But yeah, I think I've sort of dragged this on long enough, so see you guys later, and I love you. Take care.